We're back for Season 2 of 2017 Monday Night Skippys coming up next on Race Spot TV. Join us in just a few minutes' time. Season 2 of Monday Night Skippys back here on Race Spot TV and iRacing Live. We are back yet again for another fantastic season of racing, and it could not get any better. Last season was absolutely incredible action. We had fights throughout your points tables. Looks like it's going to be exactly the same again, and we have a huge grid for tonight. 50 cars are going to line up for the first round here in beautiful Monterey, California, as we head to Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. I'm Rachel Whiteford, your host every Monday night for the action. Alongside me, as always, Connery Maddock, and we're being joined by Ryan Walker again this week. Connery, I'll come to you first as qualifying is about to go into the books. We are so glad to be back.
Indeed, we are, Rachel, and I think this is one of the best series that we broadcast every night, Monday night Skippys, and the question for this season will be, can anyone beat Tom Ward?
Certainly will be, and without further ado, folks, the grid. Gary Tall is not on pole. I had my screen scrolled down. Stu Adcock with the fastest time, a 1:34.702, as I make a gaffe of the grid. Dominic Brennan in second place, returning to the series with Tom Ward in third. Stuart McFadden in fourth place with Mark Turner in fifth. Clark Williams sixth. Gareth Dorning in seventh. Robert Plumley, John Sully, and Gary Tall, your top 10. Rest of those positions coming up on your screen as we'll cycle through that. And all 51 entrants for tonight's round. Quickly going to come to you, Ryan. Laguna Seca. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, Laguna Seca is one of those difficult tracks to race around. It's got some really challenging corners, and it's one of those tracks. If you have one error around this track, then it can come back to bite you.
Steady can, as we are now on the starting grid. 14 laps tonight. Temperature, well, it's about partially cloudy with 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Track is 73. Winds northwest 9 miles an hour, so looking like it could be a bit on the quick side here and very grippy. We're going to have a very exciting race coming up. 14 laps, as mentioned, around this very undulating, very historic circuit here for California. Certainly one that's very well known with the corkscrew of all corners in motorsports. One that people respect the world around. So joining us, of course, on YouTube for the show tonight. As always, a fantastic season ahead of us. It's going to be amazing racing as we come down to the final few moments. We'll get that first green flag of the season, and the racing will begin. engines rev for the first time in Season 2, 2017. And the green flag will fly. We're racing here in Laguna Seca. Great start by Stuart Adcock at the front, although not so great by Tom Ward. He lags behind Dominic Brennan a little bit. And here comes Stuart McFadden, one to keep an eye on. Not in the series as much as some of the others, but very, very talented. Big bottle up into the Andretti hairpin there at the first corner. So a lot of two wide action back in the pack as we filter through. Look a bit back in your field. Everyone's trying to fit through a very small gap here, Connery. Huge amount of cars. Not much road.
Not at all. Stuart McFadden tries to go too wide with the number 15 Mark Turner coming into turn 4. That one didn't work out for them as they file their way through there. We've had an instant behind as I see someone dropping down my timing screens, but there's still some battling. Keith Sharp, Ryan J. Holmes, number 38 and a 932. There goes Keith Sharp down the inside, and there's a little bit tapped to Brian J. Holmes' rear end, and they're just going to all back up a little bit. There's going to be 3 wide coming up to turn 6.
It certainly is, and the front is very quiet, but just behind them it's getting very, very busy.
Like 3 rows deep coming into turn 6, and there's almost a massive incident ahead of them there. It's an absolute just carnage in this mid-pack.
Well, this is kind of crazy back here as looks like I believe that is Simon Maltby actually going backwards as they filter into the corkscrew. 3 wide there. Ellis Stevens in the middle of this grouping here. This is down for about 30th place here. Action throughout your field tonight. This is crazy stuff going on back in the back as they try and find every little bit of road they can. As we look back towards the front though, Ryan, Stuart Adcock's going to lead lap number 1 here. Dominic Brennan second place. Ward in now to second. Brennan into first. The order really shaking up.
Yeah, absolutely right. So this first lap has been absolutely crazy. It's just there's mayhem everywhere.
Yeah, there certainly is mayhem everywhere. Dominic Brennan, the 212 machine at the very front. Tom Ward, Stuart Adcock, Mark Turner, Stuart McFadden, your top 5. Nice and calm at the front. You wouldn't imagine they're having quite the fur ball. They are just a little bit back in the pack. Great qualifying, of course, by Stuart Adcock.
Oh, Brennan off. Your leader's off. Is he going to hit the concrete wall as well to save it? But he loses 3 positions. He's down to 4th place at this moment in time. But that was a very scary moment for the 212.
Certainly was. I think we can get a replay of that one. But undesoiled for Dominic Brennan there as he goes straight off the track. And that's an unusual spot, Ryan. I don't think I've ever seen anybody go off the track there.
Yeah, that corner is it's a very easy corner to make a mistake in, and it does look like Dominic maybe carried too much speed or clipped the inside anti-cut and it launched the car wide. And yeah, he was a very, very lucky boy.
He very much was, and a very unusual incident there for Dominic Brennan. Drops him some spots, but he's very much still in contention here. Tom Ward leading the way now from Stuart Adcock and Mark Turner. We'll look back in your pack. We always get a chance to chat to the likes of Paul Thurston every week. He's down right now in 15th place. Qualified in 16th, Connery. He's not made as much progress as he'd like. Oh, in front of him, big mistake there by Stuart Mathers, who went off the racetrack. He's going to get himself turned around, no damage, but rather a lot of embarrassment as we caught that on TV. But Thurston, well, that's a free spot for him.
Yep, and there was some trouble with the 52 as well. Stuart Adcock, he cut the corkscrew a little bit. He had to serve a slowdown penalty, and that's put him down very, very many positions. He's down into 13th place when he was fighting for a top, inside the top 3 as we look back towards the front of your race. That is, again, last season's champion and multiple champion at the moment. 09 car, that's Tom Ward leading the way with a comfortable gap over Mark Turner. But there's a close behind for 3rd place, Stuart McFadden, race winner last season. His first race, his first race win, and only his 2nd race. He's looking to make that another race win here today. But first, he has to get past Dominic Brennan and then Mark Turner and Tom Ward.
Certainly is, and that's a lot of competition to get past. It will not be an easy one for him. But we're going to have a quick look, actually, LJ Garnett, as someone just asked the YouTube chat. Where is he? Well, he's back in 30th place, Ryan. Qualified 48th, he's already up 18 spots. LJ Garnett certainly chosen the difficult route, but he's making tracks.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that LJ is so far back in the pack. Normally he's one of these really quick people in the Skippy that you would normally see up at the front challenging the likes of Tom Ward. But yeah, I'm very surprised to see him back in the pack, but slowly making gains, and see where he finishes at the end.
We certainly will. Gonna have a look at your countryman Bill Fraser running up in the 10th spot right now. Qualified 15th right now, Ryan. He's definitely known for being a little bit brave on some of his moves. He's up 5 spots, as we mentioned, going after Jake Tucker next to Gary Tall. Nice to see Gary Tall back, of course. One of the Epicuri Banana boys. Behind him, Andrew Leach, also been a strong driver last season. One to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Andrew Leach is he's one of those drivers that really impressed me. He was really quick last season, and he got some really good results. And I think if he can keep out of trouble this season and just keep scoring points, then I think a top 10 finish in the championship could be a possibility.
Certainly could be. Connery, what's going on?
There's
we've had an
currently a
incident.
battle.
Hefford. Steve
Yeah,
Hefford
Hefford.
off there from 18th place, 16th place it was at the time. And now he's blown his motor. Oh, in the Andretti hairpin. Engine kaboom. Well, that's not what he wanted to have happen, but the engine let go, so not as much drama as we'd want to see. So the replay there, of course. Hefford blowing smoke. What was behind the leaders, too wide there into the corkscrew. Gary Tall, Jake Tucker there going at it. Tall actually making the move stick on Tucker. He gets that one done. Move the 207 Banana Machine forwards. And up into, I believe, the 8th spot there. So great move by Gary Tall. Up ahead of them, it's John Sully, of course, who had a win last season. Clark Williams, Gareth Dorning, Stuart McFadden, Dominic Brennan, Mark Turner, Tom Ward, your lead pack. Ward has pulled away, though, Ryan, rather dramatically. Nearly 1.9 seconds there as Mark Turner and Dominic Brennan battle for second place. Brennan, of course, clawing his way back to the front after that early incident, but they just let Tom Ward waltz off.
Yeah, Tom's just basically setting off into the sunset while these guys are just squabbling away with each other, and the more they squabble away with each other, the more it's allowing Tom to just pull away and stretch that gap even further.
Certainly is. Tom Ward running off into the sunset in round 1, your last season champion, looking to go 3 in a row here if he can get the season he needs in points, Connery. Well, this start this race is looking like it might happen again.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what he did last season, just getting out in front and then just pulling away. And no one can really challenge him because they've all been squabbling amongst themselves, as you've mentioned. Here comes the run from Dominic Brennan on Mark Turner, though, coming up towards the corkscrew. Will he be very brave and sling one down the inside? No, he's just going to file in behind for now. Stuart McFadden is behind this one as they follow through the corkscrew. It's getting very, very dusty already as they come towards the latter end of the lap, just 5 laps in.
Yeah, looking at 13 right now, Bill Fraser is in the mix here with Jake Tucker and Andrew S. Leach. These guys getting very, very mixy as behind them. We've also got Stuart Adcock back there. He was up with your leaders, but he had a problem, of course, earlier on, Ryan. He's dropped back after a bit of an accident. Oh, contact! Leach goes round! Oh, get a replay for that one there as Andrew Leach gets into the back of Bill Fraser, not normally part of his car that gets hit, actually. He goes around, and that catches Adcock. It looks like Adcock will be, well, nursing some very heavy damage. I could see him out of this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it could well be, and I think that was just Andrew S. Leach just getting a little bit, well, just missing his braking marker coming down into the final turn. It is a very heavy braking zone, and yeah, just a little bit too late there, and you can find yourself running right into the back of someone, as we've just seen.
Absolutely, as we said, not usually the part of Bill Fraser's car that gets hit very often, Connery.
No, not really. He's still trying to wheel that car around the track. Traffic streaming by
Connery,
him.
gonna have to stop you there. Actually, McFadden and Brennan now going at it. Brennan under attack here. McFadden making a big move as they run up towards 6. They'll have the inside line. Not quite the advantage you wanted, but he's actually kind of alongside here. And Mark Turner also. A lunge here could see opportunity for second place in the corkscrew.
Yep, as they head side by side, coming up to the corkscrew. Clark Williams on that outside, and Stuart McFadden, he'll get it done on the inside at the start of the corkscrew, right there, though. That was a very, very brave move indeed to go too wide through there. You don't usually see it. Gareth Dorning also on the back of this train as well. He hasn't really been doing much, but he's just sticking with these guys.
Certainly is right now as Tom Ward's gap, 2.5 seconds at the moment between first and second place. Mark Turner, Dominic Brennan, Stuart McFadden there in that front group. We'll look back a little bit, see what is going on, of course. Paul Thurston moving forwards again. He should be up to 14th this lap behind. Adcock will be scored out of your race. He'll be retiring, no further action. Patrick Fairbanks has gone off as well, but he'll be rejoining. So there's a few walking wounded around at the moment as Bill Fraser onto pit road with damage from that contact, Ryan. No further action from him.
Yeah, it looks like that incident with Andreas Leitz has basically cost too much. Done too much damage, and it's unfortunately ended the Bill's race. And yeah, it's just unfortunate. But I think, in my view anyway, it was just a racing incident with the pack being so bunched up.
Certainly was. Have a look here at the 14 of Alan Patterson. Series admin under attack from Mark Day and Lee Deemer as they run up here through the start of lap number 7. Can Day or Deemer make a move here on Patterson's blue and white Sauber machine? Will they have opportunity? They run through 5 here. Very tricky uphill corner, this one, Ryan. Just getting the balance right in these cars. A lot more difficult than it looks.
Yeah, the corner they've just exited is you want to try and carry as much speed as possible to carry the speed into the next corner and through the left-hander heading up to the corkscrew. And yeah, if you get the corner wrong, it can cost you some time.
Certainly can here as Deemer and Day will take a look on Alan Patterson, joined by Neil Bontemps there behind them. He wants to get involved in this group too. He's caught them from the way back, as looks like Day will be the first to actually put the attack to Alan Patterson. It's all 421st here, right back in your pack. They're still fighting all the way down the order here. 50 cars started the race today, Connery, and they're not stopping.
No, they're not. As they head their way through the final corner, there's this battle just outside of the top 20. Alan Patterson may be coming under threat from Mark Day coming down into turn 1. He defends the inside line. Mark Day will have to go around the outside if he wants to make this pass, and he does take that outside line as they head too wide coming down into turn 1. The Mario Andretti hairpin as Mark Day not able to make that move on the outside. Lee Deemer may have an opportunity. No, but he's not going to take it just yet as Neil Bontemps pushes wide behind him.
Yeah, no opportunity for them yet to make that one happen. Tom Ward's gap, by the way, up to 3.8 seconds, Ryan. He has checked out.
Yeah, he is just checked out and he is just off into the distance while these guys behind him just squabble away.
Well, you got a pass there, actually. Deemer making a move on Day, but we'll have the outside line. Won't be able to hold it there as the number 63 of Mark Day will hold on to that spot, but just barely as Deemer will look to the inside for 6 with light contact there at the back. Very late move.
Yep, there was also trouble with the 16 with lap traffic as we still keep with this battle. Actually, the 101 of Neil Bontemps may well had a look to making it too wide coming through the corkscrew, but backed out of it as Lee Deemer also has an opportunity due to Mark Day getting in the middle of the corkscrew just a little bit wrong, but Mark Day survives to fight yet another day.
Just about he does. As Alan Patterson actually gets some breathing room here as they all fight amongst each other for 22nd there and leave him alone for a little while. We'll go back to that one later. As we'll take a look a little bit further forwards as we see the battle involving John Sully here along with Gary Tall, and I believe that is also involving, could be Clark Williams has had a bit of an issue. It's not Clark Williams, it's actually Gareth Dorning. So Dorning, Tall and Sully. Tall to the inside for 5. Can he make it work here? 207 car will have to run. Gonna have opportunity for turn 6. Carry this through to a 2-corner pass. Gary Tall given the corner there. Dorning backed out to get a good line through that one, Ryan. So he made sure he just took the opportunity, dropped back a little bit, got himself a fast run through the corner to defend from stopping 2 people getting through on him rather than just 1.
Yeah, it was sensible driving there by Sully. He let Tall go through and he backed out of it heading into the kink and just basically took the sensible option.
He certainly did, and Connery, this is a great crack up here for 6th, 7th, 8th place. We've got a battle there for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, although Turner's checked out a little bit from that group. He's dropped back. Mark Turner's actually dropped in that group. It's difficult to see with all the same livery on them. He's actually down in 3rd. That's McFadden, I think. Up into the... No, it's showing us Dominic Brennan, so I wasn't sure how that worked, but Brennan's the one who's checked out. McFadden in 3rd, Turner in 4th, Williams in 5th. And my timing wasn't updating.
Yeah, and that was Stuart McFadden, basically Tokyo drifting all the way through turn 1, manages to keep it pointed straight and not allow Mark Turner to get past
Dorning
this
off.
fight.
Gareth Dorning's just got off the track here, Connery. He has, he just dropped the back end on his own there in the middle of the Andretti hairpin and had contact with John Sully to finish it off. Looks like his day might be on the done side. But he'll get it turned around and get driving again. We'll see if he's got any suspension damage from that little tap from Sully. But Dorning going to drop down the order there, move Tall and him up into 5th and 6th. Keep your eyes here on the 3rd, 4th, 5th place battle. So battle for the last spot on the podium here, Connery. And right now it's McFadden, but he's having to defend very, very hard on an aggressive Mark Turner.
Yeah, as we just saw, Mark Turner again trying around the outside at the beginning of the corkscrew. It's a very hard move to pull off that one. You just got to keep your nose just at the side of them so you have the inside line for the latter part of the corkscrew, but Mark Turner not successful that time by as they head towards the latter end of the lap. Now, this is lap 10. We're going to be heading on to lap 11. This is a 14-lap race, so only a couple of laps to go, and not a lot of time for these guys to sort themselves out. There's trouble with the number 10. He's down pit road.
Yeah, there certainly is. Number 10 of Anthony Dickens onto pit road there for service. We'll see if he can get that car repaired or whether he will actually retire the machine like he has just done. Disappointing run today, Ryan, from Brian Holmes.
Oh, here we go. Mark Turner, number 15, down the inside of Stuart McFadden during turn 1. They're going to take it too wide on the exit, though. Stuart McFadden on that inside line for turn 3, I believe, right there. And Stuart McFadden will still defend his position, even though he lost it momentarily in turn 1.
Yes, he did, but he will hold on to that one for now as Turner looking very racy at the moment. Going to try and have another stab at Stuart McFadden's Red Bull in front of him, but again, not close enough this time by, and he has to keep an eye there, of course, on the machine behind him. 98 of Clark Williams there. He'll look for any opportunity he can, but we know Williams is very patient, Ryan. He's the sort of driver that holds back to the last opportunity and then strikes.
Yeah, Clark's always been one of the excuse me. Clark's always been one of these drivers that he always thinks the long game. He prefers just to wait behind people and wait for other people to make a mistake or have issues, and if they make any mistakes or have issues, then he's there to pick up the pieces. And if he can just be a little bit more patient, maybe until the last lap, and he possibly might have a chance of snatching a podium finish.
Certainly is, and podium finish could be an opportunity for him here as this group being caught very rapidly by Gary Tall, actually, in the 207 car, flying forwards. We've not seen him in the action for quite some time, Connery, in this series, but look at this, he's found some pace somewhere because he's rolling up now on Williams, Turner and McFadden. And if they don't stop squabbling, well, there's going to be banana all over the place. Yes, I went there. Season 1, Season 2, Race 1. We're already making puns here. It's not going to stop.
Yeah, you did catch my Mark Day pun earlier on, so
of course.
There we go. But yeah, Gary Tall, he took 0.8 of a second out of these guys ahead last time by, so he really is flying, or at least these guys ahead of him are battling, slowing them down over the course of the lap. But Stuart McFadden still at the head of that train, had no issues coming down into turn 1 that time, which has typically been his weak point, as I've noticed during the course of this race. He tends to get the back end out quite a bit during that particular corner as they head into turn 6. Clark Williams trying to carry as much momentum through the corner as he could, but almost managed to make it too wide with Mark Turner coming through turn 6 as Turner lifts out, tries not to run into the back of Stuart McFadden as they head their way through the very, very downhill corkscrew.
We certainly will. Nothing going to happen there yet, but we'll have a look at Jake Tucker, 27 car, looking after the treble 6 of Mick Watson. This is just inside your top 10, 9th place and 8th here. As behind him, Andrew S. Leach in the top 10 this season as well. Ahead of them, John Sully there, so this pack not done fighting yet. Tucker's been in a few races last season, of course, Ryan, but wasn't in all of them. He's definitely like a bright spark in the top 10 of the racing so far.
Yeah, I haven't really watched Tucker, to be honest. I mean, I was watching him in practice, and his practice times were really good, and I think he could be one to watch this season.
Certainly could, and of course we've all seen Gary Tall throughout the series last few seasons. Definitely a big competitor. Wasn't around this season just gone, but Look at this. This is more pace than we perhaps might have expected from him as he's rolling up here on potential podium.
We might well see that as we just saw some, I just saw some battling between the 50 and the 28. That's UK&I club captain Paul Thurston versus James A. Barrington right there. James A. Barrington is going to be the one on the attack. He took it too wide coming down into turn 1, has to fall behind after that failed pass, but some good fighting just outside the top 10 here, 13th and 14th place.
Certainly is. That's the banana teammate there of Gary Tall. So they're quite a bunch, that team. Yes, we went there as through will come Barrington up the inside. That'll be for 13th place here. A wobble there by Thurston. Had to lift off the gas a little bit to stop himself from getting too wide onto the gravel. Barrington holds a spot though. Here comes Garnett as well. Garnett, look at this. 48th to 15th place. Connery, this is huge. This is 33 positions so far.
Yep, 33 positions gained by LJ Garnett. I still don't know if that's a record for Monday Night Skippy. Someone will have to go
Fraser
through all the race
Williamson
results.
still holds it.
Do you remember how many places he gained? I don't.
I think it was 55th or something to a top 10 result, I seem to recall. It was an insane number, I know that much. But we'll go back to the racing here for now. And I'm sure Fraser Williamson will tell us at some point what his record was. Keeping our eyes here, Gary Tall, 207 cars, really caught up now to the back of Clark Williams, Mark Turner, Stuart McFadden, and the race could well be on. Oh, this is the final lap now we're on to. There's not many more opportunities. We're going to see these guys all striking throughout your field. Tom Ward has checked out. He's got 4 seconds over Dominic Brennan, who has 5 seconds over Stuart McFadden in third. The question is, can McFadden hold on to third? And which of these 4 cars, between himself, Turner, Williams and Tall, will finish in that spot? Just behind them in the field, a little bit more spread out, so not expecting anything for the back end of your top 10, but Paul Thurston under attack here from Garnett. We expect Garnett will definitely try and strike and take the 14th spot here off Thurston. Early defensive line running towards turn 6 for them. We'll keep our eyes back on this lead group here. Ward onto the last corner now, up ahead of your field. Tom Ward will come off the back of winning Season 1. And through the final corner he will come, taking the flag here. First race of Season number 2, 2017. Tom Ward, the defending champion, will take it. Dominic Brennan comes home in second place. Stuart McFadden will hold on for the final spot on the podium. Mark Turner and Clark Williams round out your top 5. Tall, well, just not quite tall enough.
Are we done with the puns yet?
No, really not done with the puns yet.
Yep, there's actually more battling coming across the line. This is Paul Thurston versus LJ Garnett. There's LJ Garnett looking for that extra place. Doesn't manage to get it, though, as there's still more runners trying to finish their laps right here. It's a 50-plus car field, as I don't think there are any more battles going on as I look through the field. No, they're just all strung out and running laps to the end right here. But that was a fantastic fight for the final place on the podium, Rachel.
It certainly was, and one we look forward to in future rounds, of course. The action always top-notch here in Monday Night Skippies. We will go through your finishing order, and we'll have post-race interviews. Coming home with the victory, Tom Ward caps off his title defence with a win here at Laguna Seca. Dominic Brennan, Stuart McFadden join him on the podium. Mark Turner and Clark Williams come home in 4th and 5th, with Gary Tall, John Sully, Mick Watson, Jake Tucker and Andrew S. Leach your top 10. The rest of those positions up on your screens. Ryan. That's a brain. Ryan, great start to the season.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic racing from everyone throughout the field. Tom basically just checked out and never really was under threat, but the racing throughout the rest of the pack was just brilliant, and I look forward to watching more of it throughout the season.
Oh, we certainly do. In fact, we are going to go to a quick commercial break once the results are through. We'll be back with post-race interviews from the drivers, so please stay tuned. Welcome back to Monday Night Skippys here on RaceSpot TV and iRacing Live. Rachel Whiteford, Conor Medic and Ryan Walker bringing you the action of the post-race interviews. And first off, we've got Stuart McFadden here, who came home today on the last step of the podium. Stuart, great start to the season.
Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I'm really pleased with the third place, backing up last season. So hopefully, I'm going to try and do the full season this season. Full calendar this season. Sorry. So hopefully we can have it. If we keep going with results like that, then hopefully we'll have a good chance at the title. But
hopefully you can. But do you think you can bring it to the likes of Tom Ward?
No, he's way too quick. But hopefully, I mean that's the goal. Hopefully we can do that. But I think it's a wee bit too far. But
certainly it could be. But either way, congratulations, Stuart. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just my teammates for helping me. And just the admins for putting on such a good series, you know. It's really good fun, really relaxed. It's really good fun racing in it. So hopefully we can keep that up.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us. Stuart McFadden came on today in third place. And we're going to talk to the man who may well have denied LJ Garnett his most positions gained award, because we know it's close with Fraser Williamson. Paul Thurston managed to hold him off for 14th place. Great start to the season, Paul.
Yeah, he wasn't getting past. Absolutely no way. I'd made a slight mistake the lap before and let James by, which was mildly annoying. But James was driving well, so it's you can't. It was a nice clean move. But yeah, I saw LJ coming up, and I thought, right, that's it. I am the widest skip barber in Christendom.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, but no, that was a very enjoyable race. That was a great little battle between like Matt Seymour, James, and I. Pretty well all through the race. I mean, I was in the front of it, and then James made a mistake going up the hill, and so I got past. But Matt tried to follow me through, but left it a bit late. Got a bit on the grass apparently, and or the dirt, and just sort of piled into the back of me. Luckily, the car was okay, but I got a slow down penalty, obviously, because I cut the corkscrew, and ended up at the back of those three. Well, I just couldn't get past. I mean, we were just sort of doing the same lap times, lap after lap. I bet you were focusing on that battle, ignoring the race at the front and looking at us. You should.
Well, actually wasn't that much of a race at the front. They were being rather sedate, so we might have covered you once or twice, yes.
It's nice to see Gary back. Gary Tull.
It is.
After his cancer problems, he's well back in. He's fixed his brake pedal again, and you can see the pace for yourself. So I think he's going to be a contender this year. It's nice to see actually all four Banana Boys. That's the first time we've all been. We
called you the bunch.
The bunch, yes. That's yes, the bunch of bananas. We've been called worse, but. Yeah, it's nice to see us all out, and we all had fairly good races. I think Baz had a few people were moaning at Baz, but he does enjoy that. So Darryl had a fairly quiet race, but we all gained places from other people's. Well, only two in my case from other people's misfortunes, but that's what we do. Good start to the season. I mean, nice and clean. But it really was a great race. It's great to see like 50 odd cars out there. At somewhere like Laguna Seca. It was a bit sandy.
It rather was. So you could say the driving conditions were a beach, Paul.
Yeah. Yes, you could say that. If you had no sense of humour.
Oh dear. Well, on that bombshell, we'll move on from Mr. Thurston and his lack of understanding to Barry West, who gained 10 spots from 35th on the grid to 25th. Barry?
Yes, good gains, but not the pace there. I had no practice this week at all. I did about 3 laps before we came to the race, and anyway, it just kept out of trouble. I got mugged at the start, I think, where was it? Paul Thompson and Ian Robson did well, and then we were having a good little battle, and I thought, yeah, this is possible, another 4 places, and a recovering Brian came sailing down the inside into the last turn, Fortunately, I saw him and didn't turn in, as it'd have been curtains for both of us. But yeah, first he was on the right, and then he dived down the inside. I think he missed his braking point. But yeah, it was a good little race. Kept out of trouble, but need to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, to get up a few more places or qualify better to start. That would help.
Qualifying always helps, but as LJ Garnett proved, going from 48th to 15th, not always everything. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Barry. Well, we're going to end it tonight, folks. Don't forget, you can join us same time next week as we will head to Mount Panorama, also known as Bathurst, for Monday Night Skippies next week. It's going to be amazing. Bathurst, always explosive. I've been Richard Whitefoot. I've been joined by Connery Maddock and, of course, the likes of Ryan Walker. We've got Hugo Louise on the cameras. Catch you next week. Have a great night.